Ramphal House recommissioned and government gets its first electric car. It's Thursday, February 20, 10 days before general and regional elections and 3 days to our Golden Jubilee Public Anniversary. Thanks for joining us. His Excellency President David Granger recommissioned Ramphal House, which is dedicated to Sir Sridhat Ramphal, Ghana's second Minister of Foreign Affairs.
In his address, the head of state highlighted that Sir Sridhat Ramphal is one of Guyana's most distinguished Foreign Service members who continues to serve the nation.
The Cooperative Republic of Guyana considers it fitting that this institute, dedicated to educating our country's cadets and diplomats, should be named after you, Sir Sridhat, one of the architects of Guyana's foreign relations.
Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Dr. Karen Cummings, gave a brief history on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
In a sense, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in physical terms, has always been evolving. As we approached independence, the British government recognized the need to create an institution to carry out the external policies of the new state of Guyana. Accordingly, they created the Department of External Affairs, which is housed in the public buildings. A number of our outstanding diplomats began their careers in the fledgling institution. These include Mr. Rashley Jackson, one of the longest serving and respected foreign affairs ministers in the Western Hemisphere, as well as Mr. Rudy Nsanali, who was one of his successors. The new Ministry of Foreign Affairs was confronted with a need to create the relevant structures to respond to the security threats of the nation and its participation in the national development of the country.
Apart from the Protocol Department, the building also houses the Foreign Services Institute and the Ministry's library. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
In a bid to accelerate efforts to reduce carbon emissions, the coalition government acquired its first electric vehicle through the Guyana Energy Agency.
We have been very pleased with the experience of this vehicle. It's fully electric. It's a 40 kilowatt hour battery. 40 kilowatt hour gives about 150 driving miles, which is about 240 kilometers on a single charge. I've been driving it with AC for the last 3 weeks, and I've been getting about 144 kilometers on a single charge.
Chief Executive Officer of the Guyana Energy Agency, Dr. Mahendra Sharma. The CEO explained the financial benefits of the electric car.
We compared it against what I was driving before, the Suzuki Vitara. The Suzuki Vitara gives a mileage of about 4 kilometers per liter. The mileage on this is about 4.5 kilometers per kilowatt hour. When we did the conversions and the comparisons, the Vitara was costing us 50 Guyana dollars per kilometer, while this one, with the regular GPL tariffs that we pay at GEA, costs just about 10 Guyana dollars per kilometer.
The GEA head says recommendations will be made to government to place an electric vehicle in every ministry. It is already proposed for charging stations to be built in parts of the country. Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable David Patterson, who inspected the vehicle, says this is part of government's commitment to the realization of the Green State Development Strategy, Vision 2040.
Going green is not just about renewable energy. This is just another step in our commitment to go entirely green. So we just, as you said, we're putting our money where our mouth is.
Reporting on board government's first electric vehicle with videographer Keon Blades, Shakil Bourne, for InfoHub.
For 2019, Guyana has earned some $222.7 million through the export of rice to more than 35 countries. According to the Ghana Rice Development Board, the exports in that year represents an increase of 20% compared to the revenue earned from exports in 2018. This huge accomplishment for Guyana stemmed from several new rice markets the nation has achieved in the past few years. Cuba and Mexico commenced purchasing our rice in 2017. Benin and Ivory joined the buying list in 2018. This did not end there, as 2019 also saw several European countries adding to our purchase list, including Croatia and Romania. Over 526,000 tons of paddy, rice, and rice byproducts were exported in 2019, compared with 312 tons in 2018, an increase of 12%. The greatest amount of exports went to Latin American countries, with Venezuela remaining the largest buyer of rice from 2019. Second to Venezuela was Portugal, with a total of 61,873 tons of rice. Over 200 persons residing in Paramakatoy Region 8 now have access to better water following the commissioning of a $65 million potable water supply system on Wednesday.
But I want the residents to know that this is not simply about access, it is about access to quality of water. That the system is chlorinated, the water is treated, and that you can drink the water safely here in Paramakatoy.
That was Managing Director of the Guyana Water Inc., Dr. Richard Van West Charles. He also disclosed that the new water supply system in Paramakatoy is among numerous systems set up across the hinterland since the coalition administration took office in 2015. Minister of Communities, the Honorable Ronald Bulkan, that was Managing Director of the Guyana Water demonstration Inc., Dr. Richard Van West Charles. For residents, he also disclosed that the new water supply system in Paramakatoy, which had to is among numerous systems set up across the hinterland since the coalition administration took office in 2015.
Myself, having visited this village since becoming a Member of Parliament in January of 2012, have over the years seen how residents, and in particular housewives and children, the difficulties they were faced with and the challenges of having access to pure water, an ingredient that is essential to life. But with the realization of this project made possible by the government of Guyana, no more will our residents have to face these difficulties to have access to pure water supply.
Meanwhile, First Lady, Her Excellency Sandra Granger, who was part of the officiating team, later declared open the region's regional agriculture and commercial exhibition, RACE.
Our President attaches great importance to the development of our hinterland and to the improvement in the lives of every citizen throughout the length and breadth of Guyana. And so he asked me to represent him today.
For InfoHub, I am Kellen Rover.
When the news returns, $110 million Unverwacht farm-to-market road recommissioned, and quarantine residents get leases from the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission. Details of these stories and more after the break. Welcome back. The Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Noel Holder, has recommissioned the $110 million rehabilitated Unverwacht farm-to-market road.
The $110 million rehabilitated Unverwacht farm-to-market road will give farmers hassle-free access to some 40,000 acres of rice land and 10,000 heads of cattle. Kevis James, a rice and cattle farmer, said that the road will be of great benefit to him.
Very good, very good. No problem about it. It was very bad. Very bad. Couldn't give me to access to your farm. But right now, no problem about it.
Minister of Agriculture, the Honorable Noel Holder, says the 2.1 km of road speaks to more than just the development of agriculture.
Roads like these are extremely important, not only in terms of getting inputs to farms and produce out, and also to be able to have access at any time of the year, wet or dry seasons, but also to push our whole development effort in other areas like ecotourism and so on. We want to be able to drive and see these lovely rice fields all the way from here to the Conservancy. We want to be able to have at the Conservancy itself ecotourism possibilities, rest houses right by the Abari area where people could go and do fishing and spend weekends.
Reporting from the Unverwak Farm to Market Road, I am Isaiah Braffett with videographer Kareem Peters for InfoHub.
The Ghana Lands and Surveys Commission today distributed more than 30 leases to residents of Nurney and Kildona on the quarantine.
After years of waiting, the farming lands were made available to some 33 residents in the quarantine villages. The distribution ceremony was held at the Kildonan Community Center. GLSC's Commissioner Trevor Benn encouraged the new lease owners to make use of the lands. The recipients include rice and cash crop farmers.
Once you're in receipt of these titles for the land, it is an expectation that you will put it to economic use. It's for your benefit, and we hope that you will make sure that it is not allowed to remain underproductive, to make sure that it is productively utilized for the benefit of you and your family.
The new lease recipients were overjoyed at their blessings.
I feel so happy that I feel like to cry right now because I feel so happy because I just farm, I just work very hard.
I am 84 years and at least I'm doing it for the younger ones that to come. I mightn't make use of it, but the young ones that come in, they will make use of it.
Well, I'm excited. I feel satisfied. I feel that we have been well rewarded because it has been a very long process. Lots of uncertainties involved along the way, but we are happy that we have people who are very concerned and caring about the interests of this community and the people in this community. I feel really elated because our ancestral lands are taken care of, and now we can go on knowing that we are recipients and guardians of this process.
GLSC's chair, Paulette Henry, said that the entity remains committed to ensuring that all citizens enjoy the good life. Land, she said, is like money and should be invested wisely. The Commission takes its distribution to Kokwani on Friday. For InfoHub, Alexis Rodney.
In its effort to provide a safe educational space for children, the government has established the Early Childhood Development Centers. This was made possible through a collaborative effort between the Basic Needs Trust Fund, BNTF, and the Office of Presidential Advisor on Youth Empowerment Unit. The required 3,200 square foot facility accommodates about 45 children under the age of 5, 8 caregivers, and an administrator. Each facility includes 4 care areas or classrooms, a sleeping area, sick bay, a staff room, an administrative area, storage spaces, a kitchenette, a laundry room, sanitary facilities, and an outdoor play area for the children. Thus far, 4 development centers have been commissioned in areas such as Ansgrove, Ithaca, Linden, and Anna Katrina.
With general and regional elections quickly approaching, the Guyana National Broadcasting Authority is urging broadcasters to be cognizant of their responsibilities.
The Ghana National Broadcasting Authority is calling on broadcasters to ensure the content they share is reflective of the principle of the Broadcasting Act of 2011.
As a further guide, the authority reiterates the following principles and guidelines that are extracted from the Broadcasting Act of 2011 and other best practices. Broadcasters should refrain from transmitting messages or aspects of messages which contain inflammatory speech. The broadcasts should be balanced, and broadcasts which are inaccurate or which share inaccurate voter information should be avoided. Information designed to mislead or deceive the electorate.
GNBA Chairman Leslie Sobers. According to Sobers, thus far, the authority has not received any reported cases of breaches by political broadcasters.
We urge that political broadcasts should provide information that would enable the electorate to make informed choices. All paid or free broadcasts in support of political parties or candidates should be clearly identified before and after programs. The coverage of political activities should be objective and impartial.
For InfoHub, Ayanna George.
Now for your elections tip. As we prepare for Elections Day on March 2, if you haven't done so yet, check to ensure that your name is on the revised list of electors. Voting is your democratic right. That's all for today. Connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bridge and Weather reports are up next. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye for now.